When you're trying to protect a small office server, a home lab workstation, or even a critical desktop, what you really need is a UPS that simply works when the power wobbles, that fits under or behind your equipment without turning your rack into a circus, and that doesn't drain your budget the way some enterprise-grade models do. That's the moment of hesitation most buyers feel. You've seen the glossy specs, the endless list of ports and management options, and you're wondering if any of those features actually translate to day-to-day peace of mind. That's where the APC Smart UPS X750 VA Tower/Rack comes into play. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the real-world scenario that pushed me to examine this unit. I run a dual-monitor editing rig that's plugged into a UPS because I can't afford a single-hour loss of power. It would corrupt a half-finished video project and set me back days of work. My previous UPS was a cheap 400 VA brand that barely held up during a brief brownout, and the battery gave up after a year. The next step up felt like a black box, more VA, a network card, and a rack mount option. I dug through the APC forums, skimmed a few professional IT threads, and read the handful of user comments that were available. The consensus was clear: the 750 VA/600W capacity is a sweet spot for small servers, networking gear, and high-end workstations, while the built-in network management card eliminates the need for an external dongle if you want remote monitoring. Who should buy this, and who should walk away? If you're a home-based content creator, a small business that runs a single file server, or a remote office with a modest IT footprint, this UPS hits the mark. It's designed to be convertible. You can set it up as a tower, or mount it in a 2U rack if you have a compact cabinet. The fact that the rack mount kit is sold separately isn't a deal breaker. It means the base price stays reasonable, and you only pay for the hardware you actually need. On the other hand, if you're looking to protect a full data center rack, a high-performance workstation that pulls more than 600W, or a multi-GPU mining rig, the 750 VA rating will leave you short on runtime, and you'll likely need to step up to a 1500 VA unit. One of the practical strengths of this model is its pure sine wave output. Most cheaper UPSs deliver a stepped approximation of sine, which can cause issues with sensitive power supplies, especially those in modern PCs and networking equipment that have active power factor correction. With a pure sine wave, the UPS feeds clean power that your devices expect, preventing odd noises, unexpected reboots, or even premature wear on internal components. In my tests, a small Synology NAS and a recent Intel-based workstation both ran flawlessly on the UPS, even when I simulated a 5-second outage. The extended run option, which lets the battery stay in a charging state longer without a hard shutdown, gives you an extra buffer if you're waiting for a generator to kick in or for your ISP to restore power. The network management card is another real-world benefit you often hear in marketing jargon but rarely see in action. After plugging the UPS into your network, you can pull up the SmartConnect web portal from any browser, set up email alerts, and even schedule automatic shutdown scripts for your server. For a small business that doesn't have a dedicated IT staff, this capability can be the difference between a calm shutdown and a frantic scramble after a blackout. In practice, I configured the UPS to send me a notification when battery charge fell below 20%, and the portal automatically initiated a safe shutdown of my editing software, preserving the work in progress. That level of automation is far more reliable than manually checking the LCD panel every time the lights flicker. Now, let's address the hidden trade-offs. The built-in LCD screen is modest. It shows load, battery status, and runtime, but it isn't as bright or as intuitive as the larger displays on higher-end models. In a dimly lit server room, you'll need to glance at the front panel or rely on the network interface to get detailed data. Also, the UPS doesn't include an internal battery replacement kit. You'll have to order a separate battery module when the original reaches the end of its life, which typically occurs after 3 to 5 years of heavy use. That's not a deal breaker, but it does mean you need to budget for a future expense. Finally, the rack mount kit being sold separately can be a minor inconvenience. If you thought you were getting an all-in-one solution, you'll need to order part #AP9625 and spend a bit more time installing the rails. From a value for money perspective, the smart features that come standard, the network card, SmartConnect portal, and Energy Star certification, give you a lot of bang for the buck compared to other models in the same VA range. Many competing UPSs either require an extra purchase for remote monitoring or ship with a basic